What happens in stage two?
Stage two, the type of relationship you have is more of an antagonist.
You find yourself at odds sometimes.
It's a lot of head bumping. It's a lot of, I thought you were going to put the money in this account. Why didn't you, I thought you were going to do that. No, I told you, it's a lot of that head bumping, just disagree on some of everything, right?
Right, especially if you don't live together before you're married.
Exactly. You're learning each other. You're learning how each other lives. You've lived this way for 20 plus years. This person's lived that way for 20 plus years. And you guys are coming together. So you're going to bump heads, man.
Right. I'm just thinking of like toothpaste. We can't share toothpaste.
No.
You have your own toothpaste and I have my own toothpaste because we like two different toothpaste because we can't decide in the store, on one.
Sure. Temperature is something that you're going to bump heads on. Women, for whatever reason, love it one way and men love it another way.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, definitely. And so your attitude towards your mate starts to become resentful. You know what?
And maybe not over toothpaste in the air, but over
I'm gonna
time.
give you an example, Shai.
Right. Okay.
I really want to do X, Y, and Z with my life, and I got married. What would it be like if I never did? I would have been able to do this and graduate, and I was gonna play basketball. I was going, man, I should have. But then I messed around and fell in love.
Right.
You start getting resentful.
If you leave that first stage.
Yeah.
You start, thinking about, maybe what your life could have been or what your life could be if you were no longer married. Especially,
Shy, when you're bumping heads and you having some conflict, you really start thinking, well, what if? Man, did I do the right thing? So that's the one stage, Shy. And then what's the next stage?
You're uncertain. You're uncertain about the marriage. You're uncertain.
The commitment is uncertain.
Yeah, sure. You're uncertain if this is going to work out.
Yeah. Tell a story, Shai. Come on.
I know, and you're going to put me on the spot, ain't you? Okay.
I think it's funny. But...
It's not funny. I mean, okay. Hopefully we're thinking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So when Marcus and I would have disagreements, I would be like, this is the big one. Like, this is the last, this argument, this is it. So I'm just going to say everything that I have to say because this is it. And that would just mean I would have a lot, to apologize for after. But, we grew up having different backgrounds. Like Marcus' parents were married. My parents were not. And so, and a lot of people in my family are not married. I just did not see a lot of marriages.
Right.
And so when we argued, Marcus knew that married people argue. It's normal. You reconcile. You come back together. Me, I'm just like, this is over.
Right.
Because it's all that I've seen, know? So for me, it's funny that it would take so long for me to become more grounded. But it's only recently that I'm not thinking, this is the big one.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. And that's that makes a lot of sense, Shai. It makes a lot of sense because I would see my parents argue, but they still were together they're still together to this day.
Right.
But they would bump heads, and then I was just like, but they'll
make up.
Yeah, they'll be cool. So I knew I saw the end, whereas Shai never saw the end.
No, I thought it was the end.
Right.
I thought it was the end.
Right.
So
it becomes uncertain.
Yeah,
sure.
And really, like, it's that stage too that you start to gain all these new awarenesses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are things that arose in me. I had no idea that those things were there until we were actually married. It never surfaced in the dating relationship. It definitely didn't surface in stage 1, but in stage 2, it's these limiting beliefs. It's the just not seeing a successful marriage. Sometimes even the tone of your voice, just hearing a man's
deep voice. Shai would be like, why you talking so loud? I'm like,
you just telling all my business today. This is therapy. Okay, this is therapy for me today. So just the bass in your voice, like telling the kids to clean up. It's like it almost startles me.
Right.
I just never heard that in the home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So in stage 2, you have these insecurities, things that are rising in you, and really you think your spouse has a problem, but sometimes it's really coming from yourself. And so
because I definitely would blame a lot of stuff. See, it's shy, but yeah, you're right. A lot of it was just me not seeing the bigger picture, and it's really me. You know what I mean? And then when it feels like it's continual. It feels like the conflict is just, it's always something. It's always something. Hey man, as soon as we kind of make up, there's another debate around the corner. That's what it feels like when you're in phase 2.
Yeah, and then lastly, they have the view of your mate is disapproval. Like,
you ever feel disapproval? Come on, Shire, be honest with the people here. I mean, they want to know.
Yes, and I know you felt it with me.
Right.
I felt it with myself.
Right.
And then you're just like, what we're saying, we're painting this picture of us in stage 2.
Because that's where a lot of people fall off.
We're not falling off.
No, but
I'm saying that it's a normal stage.
Yes.
And that if you feel disappointed in your spouse, if you feel a little bit resentful, it's normal.
It's normal.
And you have to find a way to work through it. And as you were saying, that's where people, they fall off. Yep. They file for divorce.
Yep. Irreconcilable differences.
Yeah, it ain't working out.
One person seeks the attention of another outside of the marriage, and then you have infidelity. Now you have that issue. So you want to get through phase 2. If you can get through phase 2, we're going into phase 3. And this, to me, is what marriage is. Me seeing marriages, my aunts, my parents, my grandparents, this is what marriage was to me, right? It's not number 1 always. There's a season of number 1. There's a season of number 2. But if you can get to 3, this is how you have. If you can get to 3.
I just like how you said that.
This is when you see the long-standing marriages, because these people have perspective and these people know what marriage is really about.